Hello, I'm Mrs. Repasky. This is a lesson about the types of chemical reactions for ionic compounds featuring kiss-kiss bears. Here are the kiss-kiss bears, and they are in the hot tub of love. The hot tub of love represents a beaker or a test tube with an aqueous solution. Most of the animals I have in my hot tub of love are kiss-kiss bears. And kiss-kiss bears are special because they have magnets in their noses. So when they get together, they can attract and form a bond. Every time a bond forms, energy is released. This bear is blushing. She is releasing energy because she is happy to have a bond formed. Like ionic compounds, if ions have the same charge, they don't want to react. So these are two boy bears, and they won't form a bond. Right? Their noses don't want to get together, so they will repel. Likewise, girl bears, they won't kiss either. Right? So like ionic compounds, negative ions don't form compounds with negative ions, and positive ions don't form new compounds with other positive ions. Ionic compounds always form a positive ion to a negative ion. In my hot tub of love, I also have some bears that aren't kiss-kiss bears. This is a cute blue jay bear, but it doesn't have a magnet in its nose. It's a Central Columbia bear. Okay. But it won't kiss and connect to the kiss-kiss bears. All right? It can try to kiss, but it just drops away. So this bear is like a noble gas. It will hang out with the bears, but it's not going to bond with any of them. So just sit there and enjoy your time, little blue jay bear. I also have some moose. They are not bears, so they are not going to bond with the bears. Notice that these moose also are hugging each other. Okay? They have connected themselves. These moose are making a covalent bond. They are sharing and they're really close to each other. See how they're hugging each other, kind of like a covalent bond. We think of forming a Venn diagram. So they're forming a covalent compound. So we're not going to talk about them today. They are also just going to enjoy their time in the hot tub. But I see moose periodically, so I wanted to include them. So our types of chemical reactions today. The first type of reaction is a synthesis reaction or a combination reaction. So if you had two bears or two elements, you could put them together. Bam! Every time a bond forms, energy is released, and they are now connected. Right? They have magnets in their nose, so they'll stick together. They have formed a compound. Now, when a compound forms, the bond between the atoms or the ions could be a really strong bond and they could stay together forever. Or it might be just a weak bond and they could break apart soon after. A synthesis just means the two become one. Well, what if they don't want to be together anymore and they decide that they need to break apart? So energy could be put in and they could break apart. That's the opposite type of reaction. That's a decomposition. What was once together has broken apart. So since they've broken apart, now they're ready to go through some other reactions. Right, so let's say that these two bears are getting together. Right now they're apart. If they get together, bam! Every time a bond forms, energy is released and they're happy together. Well, what if another bear comes along and says, hey, I like her. I want to bond with her. Will you bond with me? I can't bond with you. I'm in another bond. It's an ionic bond. It's very strong. What can I do? How can I break apart an ionic bond? I know, hot tub of love. Will you come to the hot tub with me? Oh, hot tub, that sounds like a great idea. Oh, that sounds like a great idea to me. Let's go. So they go into the hot tub of love. If they are soluble in water, they will break apart. I used water to break their bond. So now they're in the hot tub and they're enjoying their time. Oh, they got back together. You're going to break apart. You're water soluble. You go over here. Oh, look, now I'm by myself. Hey, would you like to bond with me? Ooh, I like you. Let's bond. Mwah! They form a bond. And now they're insoluble and inseparable. They have precipitated out of solution. Aw, and now this little bear's all alone. I'm all by myself. I'm all by myself. But I'm in the hot tub. I like it. Yeah. Ooh, let's look for some other ions. So now, if there happen to be some other compounds in the solution, this bear could form a reaction too. So they have reacted. They have precipitated out of solution. So let's set them aside. They're not going to react anymore. So let's get some other bears. Here's a bear. All right, these two are going to get together. Bam! Every time a bond forms, energy is released. They're a bond. And these two bears are going to get together and form a bond. Bam! Every time a bond forms, energy is released. So what if these two pairs of bears, go on a double date? Hey, let's all go out together. Hey, that sounds great. Let's do it. La 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 la. Okay. They're ionic compounds, so if you put them together as solids outside of a hot tub, they are not going to break apart, and they will just stay with their partners. La 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 la. Right. But if someone suggests, hey, let's go to a hot tub, and they go into the hot tub, if both compounds are water soluble, they'll break away from each other. So these will break away from each other, and then they can form new bonds. So if this bear breaks apart, now I forget who was who. All right. So if she was over here, right, she can form with this one or this one. The two girls are not going to get together, right? These two can form a bond together. Let's form a bond. Yay! Okay. Then these two can get together. Let's form a bond. Yay! Okay. That's a double replacement reaction. Most of the time in a hot tub, one of the compound couples of ions will stay together and just hang out in the hot tub. They'll dissociate, but they'll be enjoying their time. And the other compound will settle out of solution and form a precipitate and leave the solution. They'll leave the hot tub. Or they'll just settle to the bottom of the hot tub. Right? Okay, so these are types of reactions. Let's review. Okay. If we have two individuals and the two get together, bam! Every time a bond forms, energy is released. This is a synthesis reaction. Two have joined to become one. If we have a compound that's already formed, they could break apart, but work needs to be done. Energy must be put in to break a bond apart. This is a decomposition reaction, breaking compounds into pieces. Once a compound forms, it doesn't always have to stay together. One ion could come in, or one element could come in and break them apart. You should go away. I like him more than you do. We're not breaking apart until we go into the hot tub. Into the hot tub we go. This one is water soluble, so they'll break apart. And now these two can form, ooh, I love you. That's a single replacement. Okay. These two were together. They swap partners, and now these two are together. I'm all by myself, but I'm in a hot tub, so I'll enjoy it. Single replacement. Okay. All right, if we have two couples, there we have this couple, and here I'll make this couple. Up, let go. All right, so they're going to bond. You hang out over here, you hang out over there. All right, so I have these two couples, and I have I have this couple and this couple, these two bears, these two bears. If they have a double replacement reaction, they'll go into the hot tub and they will swap partners. Remember, they're ionic, so they are always going to combine plus minus, just like the kiss kiss bears are going to kiss boy girl, right? Double replacement reactions. You start with two compounds and they swap partners. Composition, decomposition, single replacement, double replacement. Those are the types of chemical reactions that ionic substances go through. Thank you for watching.